Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mugo. Like she said, I am a lady in construction. I am one of those who we say are in the male-dominated fields. A couple of months ago, Mr. Dosso reached out, and it was a very interesting message on LinkedIn. And it said, I have a couple of good projects. What do you want to do? So I read through the titles that he had shared, and Bold Moves resonated with me. It resonated on so many levels because I have been in spaces where you need to find yourself before you can speak, and spaces where you need to believe in what you're saying, and spaces where you need to do it afraid. So it's, yeah, okay, maybe this is my bold move. And then you see the way you feel your heart palpitating when you're about to do something. So I started that nagging feeling throughout December. I started that nagging feeling throughout January. And anytime I thought about writing my story, I felt anxious, like, will the world see me? Will I be able to say what I want to say? Will I be able to articulate my thoughts in a way that it can be understood? So I sat with it for a couple of weeks. I think I have to thank the team. They were very patient with me. And then one day, it clicked. I have a friend, I think she's here, she's called Kathy. She runs an organization that supports ladies in construction, young ladies in construction. It's called the Jirayangu. So one day, Catherine invites me to speak to the ladies in the Jirayangu. And as I'm speaking to them, the words come. And that's the evening I wrote Bold Moves. So as I think back to what it has been for me, in the book I talk about how it has hurt sometimes to make the bold choices. I talk about how it has stretched me, and I talk about how I have grown as a person as a result of those small moves I've made. One of them particularly was when I decided to leave my first job. I was working in this company, and you see when you're young and you're ambitious and you're growing and you know what you're doing in the industry. It was that kind of thing. But then I met a client one day, and like I mentioned, I'm in construction. So this client has a lot of changes to be done. I want this wall demolished, I want that being reduced, I want this done. And honestly, it freaked me out. It freaked me out because I knew it in my head, but somehow it wasn't translating to what I wanted to say. So that, I would say, was one of the boldest stands that I took in my career. It helped me leave employment. You know how you are in a place and then it becomes a comfort zone for so long? Then when you think about leaving that and venturing into something else, you sort of get paralyzed. So it helped me overcome that paralysis for leaving something that you're so familiar with and moving to an uncharted waters, so to say. So I moved, and the gentleman could not believe it. I could not believe it. My parents could not believe it. But what I found at the end of that line was something that put me on the trajectory of where I am today. I found my voice, I found confidence in myself, and I found that I actually have something to say in that construction field. So you are in construction, a lot of the people who surround us, these days, bless us, we are surrounded by women in construction, but a lot of people who will surround me are mostly men, and there are men who have been architects for 50 years. Now what do you tell such a person? There's an engineer who has been designing since I was in diapers. What do I tell such a person? So that move then set me on the path that got me to find myself. So when Mr. Dosso raised that question, I was able to reflect and see the journey. So I remember the night I wrote that chapter, it kept flowing and I could see the journey as it was. And the thing it did for me is give me hope. Because you see, if the road this far, of course it has been wavy and up and down, but I have made it this far. What else can I do in the days to come? So for me, bold moves is a testament to doing it afraid. It is a testament to taking the first step even when everything else inside you says no. It is a testament to somebody can see the steps that you're taking, even when you don't see them. Small, consistent steps, they are visible. And I titled it A Tale of Silent Years because I have also come to understand the power in the silence at the beginning. You know, when you're working on something new and you're not shouting about it, you're not loud about it, you're just allowing that seed to germinate and to grow out of you. So I titled my story the Tale of Silent Years because I feel I have had a lot of those, and the growth from that season has put me on the trajectory that I have been. Then I also got to interact with the ladies that were put on that book, particularly two ladies whose stories I read and I could see what they were saying and I could see where they were coming from and I could hear their voices and see their truths. And I have come to understand that we all have our stories, but the question is, are we bold enough to make that first step? Right now, I'm struggling with another difficult decision. I am this person who's always been employed. But what if there was a chance that I could do something else? And that is my next goal because I have seen the possibilities. I have seen it is actually possible to grow from level to level. I don't have to be loud about it, but I just need to work at it consistently, slowly, proudly, and own my silent years. Because at the end of it all, it will show. So for me, that is what Bold Moves has been. And thank you, Mr. Grosso and Zion Park Publishers, for the opportunity to table my thoughts and to share my thoughts and to tell my story. And to the amazing ladies who I have met in the recent weeks. It has been amazing. Mercy, it has been amazing. Moon, it has been amazing meeting you, lovely ladies, and Lily and Deborah. Because I have seen stories that have challenged me to think beyond what I have thought was my own. And so as we all sit here today and we talk about bold moves that we have made, the book title says Decisions That Have Shaped My Life, Career, and Decisions. I have several of them. I have the ups, I have the wins, I have the failures, there are many of them, but we have all shaped who I am. And so as we sit here and have these conversations, maybe the one thing you can take away from this session is what is that thing that you have thought about, and it scares you. Because if your dream scares you, it's the right one. If it doesn't scare you, you need to go back and dream again, no? Welcome to Bold Moves and happy to see you all and to share this with you.